So I keep getting asked, what is a good starter camera? What is a good beginner camera for video and photography? The answer is simple. There is no answer to this question. There are so many different cameras that the level of capability is so high nowadays, and you can get a camera from anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 that is going to crush so many different things. But in this instance, I am a Canon shooter, so I'm going to recommend 3 Canons that you can pick up if you want to get started being a photographer from the ground up. Let's get into it. But before we do, please hit the subscribe button, turn the bell thingy on, hit the like, leave a comment. I really appreciate you guys, and if you appreciate what I'm trying to do, it always helps the channel by leaving some sort of love, and I appreciate you guys. So let's get into this. The first camera I want to talk about is going to be a Canon EOS R. I can't physically show you it in my hand because it is on the tripod filming this video right now, but the Canon EOS R is a great starting place with a great starting point of, I believe you can pick one up now for about $1,200, maybe even $1,500 with like a kit lens or something. But my advice is, if you want to get into photography and you don't want to purchase a Nikon or a Sony, if you like Canon, my advice is pick up a Canon EOS R. For the price point, you're getting a lot for that camera. It's a punch. You're getting 4K, you're getting a great megapixel, you're getting a great camera for photography, and many things that you want to get done, you're going to be able to get done with this camera. So the second camera I want to talk about is going to be the Canon R6. This is going to be the next step up. They just released the Canon R6 II. I don't have that camera yet. I might test it out eventually, we'll see, but the Canon R6 has so much good capability. This camera is incredible. It is my second camera, and it is able to do 120 and 1080. It's able to shoot 64K. It has a lower megapixel, which is really awesome for low light. So when I'm doing things like low light games or low light wedding photography or low light concerts, I'm leaning more towards the R6 because this camera is going to have a lower megapixels and it's going to let in more light when I turn the ISO up a little bit higher for dark situations. The Canon R6 is an amazing camera, and this is just a must-have if you're a Canon shooter. The price point of this camera is going to be a little more. It's going to be around the $2,400, $2,600. Maybe you can get one used for $2,000 now, maybe, I don't know. But this camera for around that price point is going to be an absolute great game changer for you if you want to start somewhere, but you don't want to start at the lowest level. You kind of want to start at that middle tier. I highly suggest pick up a Canon R6. All right, guys, so the third camera I want to talk about is the camera that I use full time. We have 2 of them in the house, and that is a Canon. This is a Canon R5. And I can't say enough good things about this camera. There are some bad things that I want to say, but that'll be a separate video where I kind of break down the things that I like and the things that I don't like about the Canon R5. And I really hope that Canon, knows how much that we love this camera. And I just hope that they fix certain things on it, and I hope it gets better. I might be jumping into a bigger Canon soon this next year, maybe a Canon R5C or a cinema line. But for now, the Canon R5 gets everything done that my wife and I need, and I never even shoot on 8K. I definitely should try the 8K, but it has 4K 60, 120. It has a huge megapixel. It has a super fast frame rate. The R5 for photography, 100% a must, but that price range is going to be a little higher, coming in around the $34.99 area, somewhere a little lower used. It might be a little more if you're getting a box, a kit set, but around $3,500. And then you have to remember, with a Canon R5, you're going to need things like CF Express cards, the reader for the CF Express cards. You're going to need a lot of hard drive space to be able to store this footage, especially if you're shooting an all-eye 120 4K a lot or 8K. You're going to need a lot of storage for the humongous space that these files take up in the R5. So guys, This is my two favorite cameras, the Canon R5 and the Canon R6. These are my main two cameras that I use every day. Make sure if you're getting into it and you really just want a starter camera that's a little bit cheaper, check out the Canon EOS R. The video that you're watching right now is being filmed on a Canon EOS R, and I can't say enough good things about this camera. It was the first mirrorless Canon that my wife and I purchased, and she shot a wedding with it after renting it one time, and she absolutely fell in love with this camera, and so did I. We love the way that the mirrorless cameras work. Nowadays, with a hybrid, being able to shoot the kind of video that we want to shoot and also being able to have the level of photography that we want to have. So some honorable mentions, I want to throw in some of the smaller mirrorless Sonys, even though I'm not a Sony shooter anymore. I will go into my history of how I shot on Sony for a couple years, and I toured with Sonys and I shot over 60 music videos with Sony a7 III, a6300. Those are also really great cameras if you're wanting to get into videography and a little bit of photography. I highly suggest check out Sonys as well. I am not sponsored by Canon or Sony. This is just my honest opinion. I shoot on Canon now because I appreciate the photography aspect that we get with Canon, the way, the colors, and I just love the Canon look, but I also love the Sony look. So I'm a little torn there, but I love both. And if you want to get a good starter camera, check out a Sony mirrorless a6300, it's a6500. You can look at getting into one of those for probably under $2,000 now. And let me know if you guys want me to go into another video talking about all kinds of different level lenses and all the lenses that I've had experience with and the lens collection that I have now and the lenses that I shoot on. Let me know if you guys are interested in hearing about that. So that's the cameras that I shoot on, Canon mirrorless EOS system, and I love everything that we get out of these camera systems. So if you want to get a starter camera, I hope that you check out this advice, and I hope this answers some of the questions that I've been getting lately. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure you follow along on my Twitter and my Instagram. I'm very active every day, even on TikTok. I'm on all the apps every single day being active. So I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.